Say hello, Dookie. Hi, buddy. Good job, yes. So just like with Bear, we have been working on getting their attention, or capturing their attention rather, and clicking every time that they're looking at me without asking for it. Good job. So I'm not showing him a treat. I'm not pulling it up to my eyes like I was with Bear when I demonstrated how we would lure. I will do that if we step outside and get into a more distracting area. Don't like the jumping, we're just going to turn away. This is a little dog, I don't have to shove him off or anything like that. But we're just clicking for every time he looks at my face. And I want him looking at my face, so we're not capturing the, So Bear's upstairs in my room. He's barking away. I don't know if the audio is going to pick that up, but that's obviously distracting to Mr. Duke here. Good job. So we're working with Duke on building an association with his name so that he looks at me. And then we're also working on his recall. And I'm doing these exercises with Bear as well because our ultimate goal here is to be able to have them off leash safely if we need to or want to in any kind of distracting environment. We're building that foundation now, and it starts here with being able to grab their attention. Hi, Duke. Yes, very good. So I'm just saying his name once. I'm not having the treats in front of me for him to look at, but I am clicking yes for that eye contact right there. And he is working with a little extra distraction because his buddy's upstairs. He's a little stressed out because we're separated and I just left after our training session, and that's okay. We are going to be doing quite a bit more practice with both of them individually, and I want you guys to try and do that as well because that kind of separation anxiety is going to get pretty bad. It's not unlike littermate syndrome, and Duke does it too. Duke was not happy when I walked off with Bear earlier to take him upstairs to work with him. So we are going to be working with them individually as frequently as possible, in addition to our tandem sessions, because we don't want them to be stressed out when they're away. It's nice and it's fun that they enjoy each other's company that much, but it can create some pretty interesting issues later, call them that. So one of the things that we're working on here is building up that reliable recall, right? And because he likes to play fetch, at least Mom said you did, we're gonna see if he'll play fetch. He may actually prefer the treats that I have. Go get it! I don't know where the blue one went. He was playing with the puppy one, Puppy Kong, earlier, the blue little guy. I'm not sure, that may have gone upstairs with us. It's possible. Dookie, here, hey, good boy. Good job. So I stole that opportunity to go ahead and call him and have him come over here. And I marked when he was on his way, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to work in a minimally distracting environment first, which would be here because this is the room that they spend the most time in, even though it's just been a day. I've only been here for about 24 hours now. This is the most familiar location with minimal distractions. I do have that painter guy from earlier is outside still, so there is that potential distraction that could show up, in which case I will shift gears and we'll start working with counter conditioning because I'm not a fan of the dude with the stick doing the paint thing out there, because this is weird, huh? So, because he doesn't seem to want the toys, let's see if I can find something more fun. I don't know where it went, Bubba. That's okay. Alright, so what I can do now instead then, hi, ready, is bait him to go away with the treat. I'm going to walk a little bit further away. I'm going to call his name. Duke, here. Hi, good job. Come on. Yes, good job. I'm going to call him here to me. I'm going to lure him in as close as possible, and then I'm just going to pet him. Because Duke doesn't seem to enjoy being grabbed and then picked up. He's a little dog. He's portable, right? It's nice and easy for us humans to just scoop him up and go. But that doesn't really account for the dog's feelings about it, right? So we want to make sure that he's okay with all of it, and his backing away, that putting his head down thing, it's not like you guys beat him or anything, but we want to make sure that he's comfortable with approaching us and then getting ready to be picked up, because God forbid it happens, but if Duke gets loose and we need to capture him, I want to be able to say, Duke, come boy, and I want him to come right up to me within reach. You see how he's stopping out of reach over there? That's because he doesn't want me to pick him up. And he's even hesitating taking this treat out of my hand. Good boy. So we don't like being touched, and that's okay. So that's the point where we're at with Duke and building this recall. And the chain of events for this is grabbing his attention. So if he's away, you go back. Ooh, whoops. You get a freebie because I'm a klutz. We're going to throw these away so that he can go away from me. We're going to grab his attention with his name. This applies to Bear too. We're going to ask for him to run over here using our word, either come or here. And then when he is on his way to us, we are going to mark to let him know he's doing right. Hey, buddy, here. Good boy. And then when he comes close, he gets his reward, and I'm just going to scratch really light. Because we gotta go a touch or two lighter because he's stopping further and further away already just in this short video. I'm noticing already that he's kind of like, yeah, where are we doing? This isn't great. But I want to make sure that he comes all the way to me before he gets his reinforcement so that he can associate coming up to the person with that really good thing. What you looking at, boo-boo? Yes, good job. So I'm going to mark for him looking at me right there. And we're going to slowly, as the days go by, we're going to slowly work up to him just launching himself at us. And then coming well within reach so that I can, and maybe you'll even teach him to come to the side so that I can get my arm up under him and scoop him up. Something with little dogs that some people don't think of. I call it the elevator effect. I don't know what the actual name is. When you're in an elevator and you go up a few stories, you feel that really weird sensation in your body or your head. Little dogs, I imagine, feel that too when they get scooped up because we scoop them up, right? And that fast motion isn't always enjoyable for our little dogs. And we definitely should be taking the time to make sure that they're comfortable with every step of that process. So we're going to break it down in all these little pieces, just like I'm doing with Bear for his crate training. Let's see if he wants this. Hey, buddy. I was trying to introduce this to Bear earlier. This is the Kong Wobbler. I love this thing. You just stick your treats in there, or their food, and then knock it around. It's like one of those clown things, so it's weighted in the bottom. I don't know if he's going to go for that. Hi. What do you think? We do like that jerky stuff, though. Yeah, I brought out the big guns. So, in addition to all of that, we have to remember with treats for a little dog, obviously we don't want him to put on additional weight, so I got to make sure anytime I give him something extra aside from his meals, we make it count. Recall is extremely important, so I am going to lean heavily on using treats for this particular behavior, and then we'll see how interested he is with toys later on when he starts getting more comfortable here. But that is capturing his attention, calling his name for his attention, and then just the beginning stages of recall in a minimal distracting area with a short distance and a straight shot, okay? Hi, are you done? Is that what we're saying here? Yeah? All right, so Duke is done, and Mr. Bear is done, and we are going to move on with our day.